Hello friends. So today is the fifth video of this chapter, Exchange Rates and Forex Business of BFM. In this chapter, we are going to study TT buying, TT selling rates, bills buying, bill selling rates, and along with the cross rates. So we have to see what is TT buying first. If you want to convert the foreign currency into domestic currency, that means you have to buy a TT. What is the meaning of TT buying? Whatever inward remittance is there, that means if a foreign currency is coming to the India or foreign currency is coming to the bank, you have to think that you are a banker. So in this way, if any foreign currency, let's say dollar, we always take example of dollar, no problem. So if any foreign currency is coming to India or a foreign currency is coming to the bank, that means we always apply TT buying, or you can say buying rate only. And what are the examples of this? So telegraphic transfer, money transfer, demand draft, which are generally denominated in foreign currency and converted into Indian currency, or we can say domestic currency. Similarly, if you want to cancel outward remittance, let us suppose that we have gone into contract for outward remittance, but that outward remittance has been cancelled. Now, because outward remittance has been cancelled, that means it will come inward. In that case also, we have to apply TT buying. Okay. And I'll just take example. Let us suppose that you have booked a foreign DD, foreign currency DD. But if you want to convert into Indian currency or cancel it, then also we have to apply TT buying. Okay. Now in a nutshell, I'll say what is TT buying? TT buying rates applicable to the inward remittance, foreign currency demand draft, foreign currency money transfer, conversion of proceeds of foreign currency denominator instrument, cancellation of outward remittance in the form of DD, TT, RMT. So I'll say just in Hindi, if डॉलर आपके बैंक में आता है और डॉलर आपके देश में आता है, और वी कैन से एनी फॉरेन करेंसी यदि आपके कंट्री में आता है, then we'll apply TT buying rate. Okay, moving ahead, opposite to this, TT selling rates. Now TT selling rate is just opposite to TT buying rate. Means if foreign currency is going outside of our country or foreign currency is going outside our bank, in that case we apply TT selling rate. So what are the examples of TT selling rates? Like telegraphic transfer, money transfer, foreign currency denominated DD, that is demand draft, conversion of proceeds of instrument, that is any instrument in domestic money converted into foreign currency, because now we are selling the dollar, okay, or we can selling the foreign currency. In that case, domestic money is converted into foreign currency. Or cancellation of inward remittance, because whatever inward remittance we have gone into the contract with the customer, if it has been cancelled, that means then now it will go outward. So then also we have to apply TT selling rates. So in a nutshell, I just say TT selling rates is applicable to all outward transactions. Outward transactions means if डॉलर हमारे देश के बाहर जाता है और डॉलर हमारे बैंक के बाहर जाता है, मीन्स वी आर सेलिंग द डॉलर, मीन्स हम अपने बैंक के बाहर सेल करते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड, मीन्स वी विल अप्लाई द TT selling rate. Now moving ahead, we'll see what is bills buying rate. So bills buying rate is nothing but bill inward remittance. This is same as TT buying rate. In that also we use inward remittance only. Only what is difference between TT buying rate and bills buying rate? So in bill buying rate, foreign currency converted into domestic currency through bills buying rate. Means in this, the role of foreign currency is not there, only the role of export and import bill is there. Okay, so basically in the bill buying rate, will deal with the export bill only, because in the export bill will be paying the Indian rupee. Okay, so just I will make it more clear what is difference between TT buying rate and bills buying rate. In TT buying rate, actual transfer of foreign currency was taking place, where the bills buying rate, the actual transfer of foreign currency is not taking place, whereas in the base of bill, we are paying the Indian rupee, and that export bill will be realized in future. Okay, that means we'll pay first, but dollar will come later on based on the contract. Okay, I'll take one example here. Inflow of USD 2 lakh dollar by TT for credit to your exporter account, being advance payment for export. Okay, that means advance payment has been done for the export. Okay, and you have to keep in mind, for the export bill will always apply bills buying rate. Okay, okay, and that is received in Nosto statement from your New York correspondent bank. What rate will you take to quote to the customer if the market is 55.21 and 25? Now you might have studied that 55.2 is for the buying and 55.25 is for the selling. So because it is export bill, so we'll be applying the bills buying rate. Okay, so therefore we'll take quote 55.21 less our margin, because when our bank do any transaction with the customer, bank always takes some margin. Okay, and one more thing you have to keep in mind, whenever bank is buying, we always quote less. Okay, less rate, and whenever bank is selling, that means we have to sell more, means we have to quote more. Okay, so for we have to remember that whenever we have to subtract the margin from the buying rate, and we have to add in the selling rate. So this you have to keep in mind. Now moving ahead, what is bill selling rate? So bill selling rate is nothing but it is same as bills buying rate, where we took inward remittance, but here we are going to take outward remittance based on the bill. Okay, based on the bill. Based on the bill means export import bill, but normally we'll be dealing here the import bill. For the import bill, we'll always apply the selling rates. So what is bill selling rate? So nothing but outward remittance, domestic currency converted into foreign currency through bill selling rate. Okay, and bill may be of any kind, that may be uh, any kind of foreign currency denominated instrument. I'll take one example here. Retirement of import bill. I told you the import bill will always apply the selling rate for USD 1 lakh by TT margin, 0.2%. Ignore cash discount premium. So the rate they have given USD INR 55.16 and 18. Compute the rate for the customer. So because we are going to apply selling rate, so we take 55.18. Okay, selling rate is always higher than the buying rate, plus margin 0.20%. And you have to remember that when selling is there, we always add the margin. When buying is there, we always subtract the margin. Okay, so rate will be 55.18. We find 0.25% of 55.18. So we got here 0.111036. So we have to you add this, we'll get the 55.2904. Okay, so this rate will be quoted to the customer for the bill selling rate. Now we'll compare here what is difference between TT buying, selling, and bills buying and bill selling rate. So first we have to see what is TT buying rate. So TT buying rate is nothing but this slide is very important, because last exam the question came based on this. Okay, full 5 marks. One case study was there and full 5 marks question was there. Okay, that means number 5 questions were there, one marks each. So TT buying rate is nothing but spot rate minus exchange margin. I told you that in buying rate, You just remember the buying, because buying is always lesser. Okay, lower amount. Okay, so TT buying rate is nothing but spot rate minus exchange margin. This margin is for the bank. Okay, similarly for the TT selling rate, spot rate plus exchange margin. When selling is there, bank will add it exchange margin. Okay, whatever margin is there, bank has to add it. Okay, now bills buying rate, spot rate plus premium. Why premium is coming here? Because bill buying rate is done. Let's say export bill is there. So no dollar is exchange. Dollar will be exchange in future. Okay. So in future the dollar may appreciate or depreciate. That we don't know. That depends on the rate. So that's why spot rate plus premium or oblique is kept here minus discount. Okay, like if dollar is depreciating, that means the rate of dollar is going down. So based on that, we have to subtract the discount. Okay, that rate will be given. Don't worry. So plus, now because here buying is there, for buying we have to subtract the exchange margin, because in buying we always reduce the rate. Okay, so just I'll complete here. Bills buying rate equal to spot rate plus either you add premium or you subtract the discount minus exchange margin. So must remember that when the buying is there, we have to subtract the exchange margin. And because it is bill buying rate is there, because bill buying rate actual transfer of foreign currency is not taking place, this payment is being done based on the bill. That's why we have to add premium or discount. Okay. Similarly, bill selling rate. Bill selling rate. Bill selling rate means now we are selling the dollar, but actual transfer of dollar is not taking place. That means so spot rate plus premium or minus discount. Okay, and plus exchange margin, because in selling we have to add always exchange margin. So that's why in selling you must remember that in selling always we have to add the exchange margin. Okay, so bill selling rate is nothing but, I'll repeat once again here, spot rate plus premium. If currency is appreciating, we have to add premium. If currency is going to discount, means depreciating, then we have to minus discount plus exchange margin. Okay, we'll do one case study after the at the end of this chapter. Complete case study will do. So you have to remember this slide. Okay, now moving ahead. What is cross currency rates? Sometimes what happens, the direct rate of one currency to another currency and second currency to third currency is not given. In that case, we have to apply cross currency rates. Okay, so when dealing in a market where rates for a particular currency pair are not directly available, okay, that means one pair of currency is not available, then we have to take the help of two currencies which are common to them. We'll see here, there is simple mathematics. Let us suppose that a by b is given here and b by c is also given here. So how to get a by c? So a by c, we get a by b cross b by c, and b will get cancelled because here b is in the denominator, here b is the numerator. We will get a by c. Okay, so this is simple mathematics. I'll just take one example. Let's say the rate of Australian dollar with respect to Great Britain pound is given here. Okay, and similarly the rate of Japanese yen with respect to Australian dollar is given here. Then we want to get rate of Japanese yen with respect to Great Britain, that we shall simply multiply. Okay, and if this rate is not given, it will be given invert also, like JPY and Australian dollar. Then we have to reverse one this rate. Okay, we'll see one example here. How to use cross currency rate? We'll just see here. Here, some data is given here. Actual closing bid price for two currencies pair in the example is given here, like US dollar and Great Britain pound is given 1.5028. 1.5028 given here. That means rate of Great Britain pound with respect to US dollar is given. Okay. Now, similarly, rate of USD with respect to euro is given here. You can see here, 0.8678 is given here. Now, how to calculate rate of Great Britain pound with respect to euro? Okay, so you start with the euro. Euro is given that the numerator. Now see the where the value. So here is the euro in the numerator. So just write this first. Okay, so write this first, means euro divided by USD. Now we don't require USD, so USD we have to cancel that USD and GBPF. So that means USD will get cancelled, will and will get euro divided by GBP. Okay, euro will come at the numerator and we get Great Britain pound here. Now put the value. So USD Great Britain pound is given here 1.5028. You put this value. Similarly, you put 0.8678. You put this value and multiply. You get the rate of Great Britain pound with respect to euro. So in this way we can calculate. Okay. Sometimes only thing is that one rate may not be given as per this. So it may be USD divided by euro. So no problem. You have to invert one fraction. Okay, then you can multiply. Now we'll see what is fixed exchange rate and floating exchange rates. So fixed exchange rate is the official rate set by the monetary authorities for one or more currencies. Like our monetary authority is the Reserve Bank of India. Okay, so they fix the rate of one currency with respect to Indian rupee. So it is usually pegged to one or more currencies. That means sometimes what happens, they fix the rate. Okay, this is the rate of $1, €1, and one Great Britain pound, one Australian dollar. But in floating exchange rate, the value of currency is decided by supply and demand factor for a particular currency. That means dynamic rate. Okay, the floating rate we can also say dynamic rate. Okay, they keep on changing depending upon the supply and demand. Okay. Since 1973, the world economies have adopted floating exchange rate system. Okay, but after 20 years, India also adopted to floating exchange rate. That's why you might have seen the rate of dollar, euro, pound, they keep on changing every day. Every day means not every 4 seconds they keep on changing. Okay, and that rate are applicable when we go for the exchange. And lastly, we just see what is bid and offered rate. So buying rate is nothing but, in technically we say now what is the bid rate. Now we don't say buying rate. So bid rate is nothing but buying rates. You can combine with B and P. And selling rate is called the offered rate. Okay. So this is the difference between, you can just remember here, when say bid, what is the bid rate? Okay, bid rate is nothing but buying rate only. And offered rate means this rate offered by the sale. So this is applicable for the bank. Bank, they put there what is my bid rate. So bid rate means at what rate we are going to buy a particular currency. Okay, when bank say this is my offered rate, means at what rate they are going to sell a particular currency. So this is the technical term is used in exchange market. Okay, so bid and offered rate. Okay, because they don't call buying rate and selling rate. So in place of bid, we can just remember it is buying rate, and in place of offered rate, we call it as a selling rate. So with this, finish our video. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.